Welcome everyone to Science 260 here at SNHU. I am Dr. Janie Sigmon and I will be your instructor. Go back and read my introduction announcement and look at the video if you'd like to learn more about me and what my background is. I am a scientist, basically a biologist slash microbiologist who did a lot of my research in DNA fingerprinting, that particular technique. It's not called that anymore. It's more DNA profiling. There are other names for it. But it's looking at DNA to find out the differences between individuals. So that's what I did my research on. All right, so let us get started this very first week. All right, the first thing that you need to do is access your textbook. Now, I know that you can order a physical copy. This is what it looks like, Science and, I can't hold it still, Science and Society. I have no idea if you can get a digital copy. I hope so, but I guess you will figure that out, and somebody could let me know. That would be great. So access your textbook. Take a look at the chapter headings. See what we're going to be learning about this term. And what are we going to be learning about? We're going to be learning about STEM. STEM, what the heck does that stand for? Because you hear it all the time. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. They're all tied together. I mean, I've been a biologist for a really long time, and microbiologist a little bit shorter time than that, but not much. And I have used every bit of this. Every type of natural science. Technology, absolutely. Engineering, some aspects of it. Math, definitely. So they're all tied together. And this is what we'll be studying about this term. You're going to start your STEM project. And how are you going to do that? The first thing that you're going to do is take a look at 3 of the chapters in the textbook. Now, I say read chapters 1 and 5 and most of chapter 12, but really I think you could skim through these chapters and get an idea of what is going on. So skim means to read very quickly and get the gist of what is there. So chapters 1 and 5 and then part of chapter 12. Chapter 12 basically tells you about the different sciences and pieces of the sciences that you should know, the very basic information from some of the sciences. So that's interesting. Now, in a couple of the chapters, Louis Pasteur is mentioned, my very favorite microbiologist. That's why I do have to mention him, because he came up with what is called, now we call it, the germ theory. And the germ theory states that diseases are caused by microbes. And that was groundbreaking in his day because people thought that diseases were caused by bad behaviors, by breathing in funky air. They had all sorts of ideas about how diseases came about. And he showed that diseases were caused by microbes. So that's called the germ theory. He also developed a rabies vaccine, and you have to realize back in the 1800s, if someone was bitten by a rabid dog, they were going to die a horrible, miserable, painful death. And there wasn't anything anyone could do about it. And so in this chapter, I can't remember which one, is it 5? It talks about Louis Pasteur developing the vaccine and how he went about testing it. Nowadays, they're called clinical studies, clinical trials. And if you want to be evaluated for a potential new groundbreaking drug, you would be enrolled in a clinical trial. So you may get this particular new treatment, new novel treatment, or you may be given a placebo. That's how clinical trials work. Louis Pasteur kind of did this, but he used the actual rabies vaccine that he had developed in a boy who had been bitten by a rabid dog. And this is one particular vaccine that you can get after exposure because the rabies virus is so slow acting that you can actually develop immunity to it after you've been exposed to it. So read that section about rabies vaccine and how it was tested. And I put a yay in there because I love my microbiologist. All right, then you need to go to the Science News website. So I have, Science News used to be written in magazine form, basically. Now it's online, which is awesome. So go to the Science News website and browse through different copies of it and look for topics that you're interested in that you find in Science News. Which one appeals to you? Now, don't get like real specific. It needs to be a fairly large topic. So say you're interested in genetic genealogy, which is a crossover between forensic science and biology. Say you're interested in that. You can get started researching that. Or are you interested in black holes? Or are you interested in, I don't know, going into space and how the orbits are calculated? Something like that, whatever it is. What appeals to you and why? You're going to be answering that question. All right, then you have to work on the Module 1 assignment, and this has to do with the topic that you choose. Now, you can work on a topic this week, and you're going to work on it next week. Now, if you change your mind about your topic between now and next week, that's fine. But next week, whichever one you choose is the one that you have to use for the rest of the term. And you are going to be doing research about this particular topic. And in the end, you're going to write a blog about it. Not one that's published, but one that I read. A blog that explains your topic. And we will do that piece by piece as we go through the term. So in the Module 1 assignment, you are going to find 5 sources of information about your topic and analyze them. For me, if it were me, I would like to see mostly primary research scientific articles, not opinion websites, not just something some newspaper columnist wrote who doesn't know anything about the topic. If you have a science writer, then yes, but not just someone covering the news and glancing over the particular topic. So you're going to find 5 sources of information and you're going to analyze them. It is extremely important to use the Module 1 assignment template in order to put this in the correct format and also make sure you cover all the information that you need to cover. And I will be grading that coming the next week. All right, then also you're going to have discussion board postings due this week. So your initial post is due by Thursday night before midnight. And you're going to include all kinds of information. So introduce yourself, where you're from, your major, your hobbies, your family life, anything. Have you just retired from the military? Is this your second career that you're working on? Are you changing careers? Anything like that. Help us make connections between each other, all right? And then what you hope to learn from this course. Because most likely, you are not a science major if you're taking this class. All right, then answer these questions. Have you experienced STEM in your life? Haven't all of us used technology? I mean, of course. So I know you've experienced some part of STEM. What's an intriguing STEM topic that is in the news today? And that's why we're looking at Science News, because those are very current articles about science. And does STEM relate to anything else in your life? Now for me, I'm a nature photographer. Look right back there, you can see a picture. On the screen you can see a puffin. I do nature photography. I've always been interested in biology and nature, and I still am. So that definitely applies to my hobby, which is digital photography. All right, and then you are going to respond to 2 of your classmates, and these posts, 2 of them now, are due by Sunday night before midnight. What do you have in common? Ask them some questions. What do you want to know about their topic? And what should other people learn about their topic? So you need to give them, like, what questions come to your mind when you say that they're interested in electric vehicles and changing over from fossil fuels to some other type of energy source in order to power vehicles, something like that. Okay? Those are all due. Everything is due by Sunday night except discussion board posts. That initial post will always be due by Thursday night before midnight. And then a few tips. Watch my videos every week because I will give you information about the science. I will talk about your assignments. I will give you hints and tips and tricks about those assignments and what you need to do. I'll remind you about deadlines, and I already mentioned the 2 deadlines for this week. Follow the guidelines and rubric for each assignment. So what the heck does that mean? Guidelines are directions, how to do something, right? How to do the assignment. Make sure you follow the directions. The rubric is the grading template. How are you going to be graded on this particular assignment? The rubric is what I go by. What you can see as the rubric is exactly what I go by when I do my grading. Okay? Read the feedback that I give you. Make changes as necessary in the upcoming weeks because of that feedback. Label everything, and that includes the file names of the files that you are uploading. Do you know how many times students have uploaded a totally different subject file into Brightspace in my courses? Like one time I got a business paper. I don't teach business. I don't even know anything about business. Label everything. Label all of your Word documents that you turn in. The course name, Science 260. My name, Dr. Janie Sigmon, which term this is, your name, the date, which assignment it is. Module 1 assignment, right? Label everything so there's no doubt about what you have turned in. Now, I am here to facilitate your learning, right? I keep teaching. I'm retired, but I keep teaching because I love to teach, and I want to help you be successful in this class. So if you're having any trouble in your life, you can't get assignments in, please let me know. If you are totally stumped and you have no idea how to proceed with an assignment, let me know. If you have questions about your topic or you just want to talk about it with somebody, let me know. m.sigmon@snhu.edu. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. So please do call on me if you need anything. With that being said, I'm looking forward to a wonderful term working with you, and let us get started.